children. How is everyone doing? I'm Akasha, right? I wanted to welcome you to my first episode of Galactic Guardian Roles. It is Quantum Lifestyles. So it more is my big one in the house, my higher self coming in. The higher version of me is an elder. Anyways, really interesting interesting divine avatars, just put it that way. Asked me to start doing some episodes. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with 30 days. And if you guys enjoy the 30-day episodes, then we'll do more. And it's all organic, and it will be organic. So we just come online as in quantum flows, as everything is pieced together and constructed together. Quantum lifestyles is quantum jumping. So I hope you guys enjoy the 30 days to assist you. I'm mostly doing this for the all and the collectives, and then also for my students too as well. So all of my beautiful clients and students have lots of questions about the daily life. Hi. As you can tell, my makeup's like half on, so that will happen. And the hair is never done because I was never able to get done today. So there's more things important to come to play. I was going to start off with saying the lifestyle of a language of light channeler, and that's where I was going to start. And then I said, you know what, this is much more than that. So hi everyone, welcome to the 30 days. If you guys enjoy it, and we all share in this space, and it will be live, everything always will be live. There's a point to it, and the point is how everything comes in. It comes in quantum flow. It's a multidimensional experience. So I wanted to connect to all of our followers, our soulmate followers, and then also to our beautiful Stargate Mastery School students. They always have all of these questions. So what we're going to do is we're going to quantum flow and show you how we move throughout the day, and how it's not going to be all day because it's really just me. I did get a video camera, so we will start there, but for right now you guys are just going to have to flow with what we have. How did this come about? It's really easy. So doing some mastery teachings, doing my own mastery teachings with my mastery teacher, in a sense, and all teachers, and it's in the quantum fields, just for you to understand. What I did is I set up, through the Stargate portal that dialed in, I set up the highest intentions to clear millions of timelines in the dream state, and I work through both sides. So, and hopefully you'll be able to understand this, and we'll get into it. So we set up the bed. The bed, and we'll show you, has right now it probably has about 50 to 60 Indaras. And then you have the ones that are set up here on the seal. So this is what we call our quantum Stargate time traveling bed. Mobile. It's our RV starship that we're traveling in. So like everyone knows, we just got to New Mexico. We're in Las Cruces. We've been working the ley lines back and forth for almost a year and a half. And now we're back again across the United States. And you guys will be going on an experience for 30 days with us, as far as learning how to quantum jump, teleport, and work through stargates, and how everything multidimensional works in a reversal backwards spin. So hopefully you guys will be able to understand that you are going to have to really step out of your box. So everyone that is tuning in here now, in all spaces and time and other times and spaces, you're going to open up your box, and this will look like a little control box around you. And I would like for you just to turn and open your key door, and I would like for you to push the door open and to see if you can walk out of your box, okay? Because this is a quantum lifestyle experience for 30 days. So it's never going to be the same. So you have to move out of your box. It's always good just to visualize it. Just visualize being in a box, open your little door handle, and just walk out. And then shut the door on the other side. And that is quantum. So multidimensional experience. Everything will always be all over the place, and you'll never understand anything because it's geometrics and light codes. So I wanted to start off today. Yeah. So multidimensional experiences of my higher self is making fun of my makeup. It's really interesting because eventually it becomes really fun with your universal soul. Just put it that way. And all of your galactic teams. It was going to be a language of light channeler, but I'm so much more than that, and we all are. We're pretty much WayShowers, so we're going to take you and just kind of, we're going to quantum jump and kind of teach you guys a little bit about what we do to jump. So the importance is always going to be the vortex if you're working the ley lines, at least for us. So you have to understand that we're a little bit out there and bizarre, so it's always going to be different. Everyone will vibrationally vibrationally spin and vibrate at their own resonance of their vibrational frequency, so nothing is ever going to be the same. Okay, everything will always be different. So I have some really cool beautiful techniques, and then also some time traveling techniques too as well, and how we clear timelines, multiple timeline jump, Stargate, teleportation, teleporting through Stargate. So obviously you guys know we're in Stargate. Going back into the whole piece. So we had to set up the bed with a bunch of Indaras, of course, that were gifted from our soul family. There's always importance here. Okay, so this is from one of my little students in North Carolina, and his piece has to be out in the vortex of the light ship, and it is the light ship. We call it the mobile light ship. So his piece is here. His mother's piece is up here, and then all the stuff was gifted. There is an importance to why everything always will be set out, because this is the crystalline energy matrix, and these are our sacred journeys, and there's an importance, and there's deep sacredness and gratitude for everything that we do. And you have to understand it's quantum, right? So we move through multiple contracts, multiple contracts, hundreds of contracts. So I always keep everything out that's going to represent the highest vibration of the quantum intelligence work that I do and we do is WayShowers. So everything pretty much will be out. I just want to tell you that I love you, family, and all of my family. And I'm trying to see. So for right now, honestly, it's just a lot of Indars because we just got here, and it's not really true because we've been here almost about 2 weeks. And for us, it's like we just got here. So there's been lots of acceleration and light acceleration. So what I had to do last night is I had to clear and to multiple timeline jump for about 3 nights in bed, and that requires a lot of sleep and rest. When we'll go into what we do on a daily basis just for a minute, and that's going to be for everyone that is listening. Okay, so go to sleep, and then we get up, and I was given all of this, what you call inspiration, but it's creation. So I'm moving to see what has to be done, and I have to kind of merge all the timelines together as one. I have to see everything that I have to do in order to activate the highest frequency of the highest timeline that I'm materializing. So this came through, and it's to break through the barriers, obviously. So it's still breaking through massive barriers of fears and illusions and judgment and separation. So my big one in the house, which is the avatars, I would say all avatars in one, came in and said, so why don't we do this? It's a full embodiment, and was giving me all these ideas and said, go set up the camera and do episode 1, and we're going to do it for the collectives. And I was just sitting there laughing. He's like, if you're going to roll with me, and you're going to roll, and you're going to move with me and start trusting me and let me fully embody, I need you to go do this. I need you to break through these illusions and barriers within inside of you. Just be okay with it. So those in a sense are all tests by my higher self, the highest version of me, that is saying, let's just flow. Let's do 30 days and let's see what comes in the blueprint. What can we clear? What can we dissolve? What can we dissolve, resolve? How can we clear multiple timelines by doing this too as well? And then pulling everything up. So it's really cool. And of course I was laughing going, yes, all right, so I'm going to do is kind of like the merging process and the complete merging process with your avatar consciousness, which is the highest version of you. So it is that full embodiment. It's a multidimensional experience. So you guys have an understanding. I always tell everyone, Galactic Guardians is the Galactic Guardians that are all you. And I have integrated and activated enough of the DNA strands with the angelic humans, galactics, and gods and goddesses, and then I pulled everything into one, that I have all the teams here. And all the teams are all me's in other time and spaces and time cycles. So they're all here present, and it is a full body network in the Merkaba. So it is important. I wanted to kind of go into how we do things. So waking up in the morning, I have to get up and I have to move the body. I have to actually walk around, because right now with the accelerations of light and quantum light that is coming in and the massive work that I'm doing in my dream state, it is massive. So when I'm on my left side, I'm clearing the past energies, everything of the past when I'm on my left side. When I'm sleeping straight up, I'm most likely straight up into the higher ether realms. When I sleep on the right side, I'm in the future. So it was really cool. I could see everything through the holographic and the holograms. I could see the holograms. That's the energy quantum matrix, and it looks like a crystalline. Sometimes it'll look like more of a crystalline plasma. Okay, and it's a field system, but it does look like the hologram. So it's a holographic view, and it becomes a full system here, an actual full system, and then a projector screen through the pineal gland when you open the pineal gland. So I could see all of, I'm going to say probably about 15 soul contracts coming in when I was laying on my right side. So as I was looking out, I could actually see them. I could see the faces. I could see their higher selves. I could see the races. I could see everything. I could see the star seeds that they were, the indigos, the crystallizations. I could see the star particles, all of them coming in. So it was actually really cool. And it is star particle energy quantum field system that they have. You can say it's their soul, but I pretty much know that those are the contracts coming in is about 15 contracts. And I thought that was really amazing this morning. And yes, these ones were more soul human contracts. Majority of the time, I usually just see different types of galactics standing around me. So Arcturians, Iani races, too as well. Iani councils, Anuhazis, Amethyst Order, Emerald Order, White Lions, always. There's always White Lions surrounding me, always Arcturians surrounding me. And they do surround the bed, and I'm okay with it, because you have to understand that when you realize that Akasha is way up, way past the gates, way past the gates. Okay, so the gates are internal, so the veils are gone. This is my councils. I have the Endarian collectives. The Arcturians are around me. And when I wake up, I usually will see my star family. Always see my star family. Okay? As soon as I wake up, they're my family. To you guys, they're whatever they are right now, because you're just awakening. Okay? You're just spiritually awakening, or you're just galactically consciousness awakening. I have been with them for 8 years. Okay? They are the purest frequency and the purest love that I receive through the heart. They are my family, me's, and multiple dimensional me's too as well. Okay? So you have to understand it's most likely either me in another time and space, or it's actually my teams and technicians coming in, or I have to go to a Galactic Council meeting as soon as I get in. Everything is a light speed. And when I come in, so hopefully you guys understand, when I come in, when I come into the physical again and wake up. So most of the time I'm multiple dimensions of me. all multiple dimensions of me. Sometimes I'm most likely about 3 or 4 or 5 different Anuhazis that are me. Also different types of galactic commanders that are me. Majority of them are males. Some of them are females. I do understand that there is a balance, but the majority of what I'm doing, I am me in the future, and then I'm also all multidimensional me's. I do a lot of ship runs, if you want to say. Yeah, lots of ship runs. Stargate access ships, and you guys probably wouldn't understand that. In a sense, is pretty much I'm directing ships the whole time in my sleep, launching them through stargates, through all time and space, stuff like that. So it's a lot of galactic work. So sometimes I'll be waking up, most likely feeling lethargic, and it's either my multidimensional, one of my highest higher angelics, and it's a multidimensional experience. So hopefully you guys will be able to understand that it could be either one, because I also have an Andromedan, and then I have galactic commanders, ambassadors. I mean, it's all multidimensionals. And then I have an Arcturian that is an ambassador. It's a chief and commander, yes. I have an Arcturian that's a multidimensional me and has been with me for about 5 years. So then what we do is we pull it all together. Now, to me, when I wake up, I get really excited to see the Arcturians. I get excited to see the family. So this morning, when I saw multiple human soul contracts, that's where I was like, oh, this is interesting. Okay, this is a little bit different, right? So I get up, everything pretty much is at a light speed of Galactic Guardian rolls. We pretty much scan and check through the ley lines, always. Scanning and checking through all the ley lines, and then we pretty much scan and check. It would definitely be here in New Mexico. We start scanning and checking. I have to see if I have to go into council meetings. So I could be walking around in council meetings here. But the biggest council meeting today was really cool. And the council meeting that I was in, yes, one of the biggest council meetings that I was in with different Stargate councils is the universal marriage of the Christed God consciousness. That's actually what I was in. I was today, this morning, that's what I was in one of my biggest meetings for, is a universal marriage. So I thought that was beautiful. It's the Christ and light, God consciousness currents that are coming in, and it's a universal marriage. So that could be like aeons to them. And then we also move through different council meetings and all different types of stuff. So I'll be in council meetings most of the time, and I can just walk around and I'll just sit there and communicate with them. And then sometimes I'll have to kind of break everything down. It all depends. But I have to play out all these roles, and there's an importance to it because I have to master it. So I can master it in a nanosecond for the collectives, and now I'm going into Ascended Mastery. So I have to master all of this and master everything with my Oversoul. I have to master everything for the collective consciousness for all of you guys. So hopefully you'll be able to understand that. Everything that I'm doing with galactic consciousness, and it's not really starseed consciousness, it's galactic consciousness, cosmic awakening, everything in the 7th dimension, 8th, 9th, 10th dimension. 12th dimension is more Ascended Mastery, so it's avatar consciousness, source consciousness, God consciousness. I have to master everything, all the Oversouls. I have to know what the Oversouls are doing, and I'm doing that. I will get into that on a workshop. So you most likely are going to have to join our workshop. All right. Understanding that too. So you would have to understand how the Oversoul works. I've been navigating the Oversoul for about, I think, 3 years. Yeah, 2018. What you have to do with the Oversoul is, being the Oversoul, you're going to have to pull all of yous together and have a really big council meeting all the time. So you master that, master that. You have to learn how to master that, pull everything together. And then it's the Christed Oversouls of the Oversouls. And then it's the avatar. So then it's like it gets really big and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you have to sit and master it. And it's actually really fun. And now we're going into Ascended Mastery. So those are kind of like the mornings with Akasha. So I get up, it's at a light speed, but everything's at a light speed, and I can sit there, I can cook breakfast for my child. I'll be doing everything just, just dialing in, dialing in, dialing in. It's all like quantum light, quantum light, quantum light. Then I have codes and geometrics and templates and all kinds of beautiful stuff. New crystalline matrices, all new Indara creations. So all this beautiful transmissions coming in, and then I'm dialing in. I'm walking with my councils. I can actually see them vibrating in. I can always see my councils vibrating in all the time. All parts of me, multidimensionals, Arcturians, and Uhazis. Sometimes I see galactic humans, and those are going to be ground crew. And I can see them vibrating in. It's like a communication. But most of the time, it's mostly my multidimensional me's, and we'll be sitting there communicating the whole time. Right now, I'm cooking protein, and everything obviously is organic. So protein pineapple waffles. And they're actually really good. So I get up and make breakfast, and today I actually forgot I was supposed to do an interview. So I had to get ready really fast, and I actually mastered the interview with the Galactic High Councils. I had a beautiful interview with a soul sister named Danny, and I totally forgot about it because I quantum jumped so much, and you don't really forget about anything. So structure and nonlinear goes out the window. Okay? Just want you guys to know this. So it said, there's nothing. If it aligns, it aligns at a certain point. In the future, everything goes back into structure. And for right now, it's quantum flow. It has to be quantum flow. It has to be floaty. It has to be jumping, losing time, not knowing time. That's the present state. Tetrahedrons are pretty much gone at this point for me, so it's a full body system, kind of like teleporting. I noticed I was teleporting big time today because I mastered something last night. I got it created and started. I went to go look, and it was right back to the normal, writing of what I actually went back and I did a whole recreation. So I went back and I was like, it's the old timeline, right? All right, so you know what that means. What do I have to do tonight? I have to clear millions of timelines again, because what happens is that's timeline jumping. So I'm going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until I dissolve the timeline, dissolving more of the human intelligence timelines and the fourth-dimensional timelines. So I'm constantly sitting there clearing, and I realized I went back to an old timeline, and that's all it is. I just want you to know that you actually are vibrating. You're vibrating between dimensions, vibrating between timelines. So that was really cool. I had to go fix that, and then I had a beautiful session with a few beautiful angelic souls. So I did that today too, and that was really beautiful. Beautiful experience. I got to marry a couple today. So that was another experience. I didn't think I'd ever be doing that 10 years ago. So you never know what you're going to do. It's like quantum jumping, interview, sessions, marrying a beautiful couple, which is Ken and Karen, okay? In a divine sacred union. I got to marry them. And then I'm like running around, building Indara creations, threefold flame. I mean, it's like flying gold flames everywhere. It's actually really fun. So I had to, in the middle of that, this is everything you have to do and keep up with, is the physical body. Physical body ascension. So the purest water. And you have to have the purest water. Okay. For right now, I'm probably going to have to get boxes of water ordered in, because the only thing I can find is, I think it's called 888, something 888 alkaline. But I can't even remember the name of it, because that's how much I've been going through a template wipe. So I'll have to drink that for right now, and then I'm going to have to get pure water, most likely, like boxes of it, probably like 5 or 6 boxes delivered here. And it's not a joke, because we're integrating so much light and activating in so much light with solar wind, solar flares, and stargates. I'll probably need about 6 boxes of the purest water. Now, the next thing is light foods. Organic. Everything has to be organic. No meat. And we don't do meat at all. So there's a reason for that too, because the carbon-based body can run on meat, just put it that way. And the crystalline diamond body, and plasma body runs on plasma. And it's really simple. Crystal body is light foods and water. So I will have to say grapes all day, but everything has to be clean. Everything has to be organic. It has to be the cleanest too as well. All of the supplements are important too. And we'll get into exercise in a minute. Kind of rolling through it. So magnesium, I'm still doing detoxing. I'll be detoxing my body for about 2 years. So magnesium, MSM, pituitary raw, regular, the regular everyday vitamins, D3, and it's probably about 10,000 I use, and I actually do about five of them. So it's really accelerated. Hi, hello, hi Freddie, how are you doing? Yeah, it's there was a certain point I did not use supplements at all. There was a certain point, and I was okay. I still activated in light, but now that's a different story because I had to step it up a notch with my avatar selves. All the multidimensional thing, it's just time for us to take it to the next level with the diamond body. Kind of just understanding that too as well is that I had to choose the Ascension body first. So lots of sleep, lots of resting, light body activations, transmissions, creatine, and I go outside and we do sun gazing. So we'll introduce that a little bit later on, and we can show you guys a little bit about connecting to the energy of the sun and the photonic light. So I have to go outside. I have to charge with the sun. So charging with the sun in the morning. I wasn't able to make it this morning, obviously, so I had to go in the afternoon. It opens up the pineal gland networks, and then also right now, it's the universal Christ of God consciousness networks that is actually assisting with the opening. So it's really cool if you get out there and just sit out there just for half an hour, an hour, tuning and toning the magnetics. So I have to usually go sit in the earth, and I have to tune and tone my magnetics, my diamond grid, my plasma grid, the quantum fields, then the planetary system, then the universe, and then the multiverses, okay? So I have to sit here and tune and tone, connect to source through the spinal cord networks, and I have to sit there and just run light currents through the spinal cord, transporting through stargates and going and sitting in sun gates. Okay, so sun temple gates. I have to close my eyes to connect for a minute. I go into a sun temple in the sun, so etherically biolocating my system, my Merkaba, kind of like translocating in a sense, but not physically, moving and shifting the consciousness etherically biolocating, and I actually go sit in the sun gates for about 30 minutes to an hour, and I tune and tone everything. So I sit there and I tune and tone all the networks, and I connect to the ones that are up there doing it. So those are the children of the sun. And we all sit and tune and tone together, connect our heart chakras together. It's about 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Sometimes it'll be for a few hours, but it's really hot out here in New Mexico. So staying out there is probably about an hour right now. It gets cooler eventually. So I have to sit and tune and tone like actually in the sun, and you are actually in there because all you're doing is merging your consciousness and connecting through a gate center. As you connect to the gate center, and then I'm upgrading everything. I'm reconnecting, I call it source currents. Everyone else has their own name for it. I have the only way that I know how to speak to all of you guys in a human intelligence. Majority of that time, if you were to follow me, and I don't think I'll ever be followed, But I just wanted to tell you that if you ever come stay with me for like 24 hours, you will realize I'm speaking star language the whole time. So I'm literally speaking to multiple councils all the time. I speak star language fluently all day long. So this is the only time that I ever talk to anyone. Human intelligence is going to be for all of you guys. I'm usually speaking star language or multiple harmonics, different harmonic angelics, dialects, if you want to say. It depends on what council I'm communicating to. It also depends on what avatar I'm communicating to, what galactic councils, guardians, different tones or different frequencies. I started off speaking Sumerian Ancient Babylonian, and that was my first language awakening. So you can call it awakening, but obviously, yeah, that's my that was my first multidimensional integration during that time. Full embodiment, and it's pretty much my soul language. So that's it's fluently all day long. So after we do about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour, 1 hour to an hour and a half, until I tune and tone the magnetics enough, I can stay out there longer, and I get to hang out with the sun. Geometrics and codes and orthograms and templates coming in. It's really beautiful. Like I said, universal Christ consciousness, God consciousness. The next thing is playing with the Indaras. So I got to hang out with all the Indarians, and that's pretty much what I do. There's a reason for it. Okay. It's to tune and tone the crystals, the star particles. They actually assist with multidimensional reality, if that makes sense, and also multidimensional ascended mastery. So it's so much that they do. It's beyond what you can even imagine, but it's because I can see them. So that's the whole thing, is like I can see everything they are, and most crystal children can. And I always tell people this, like from the moment I had them, I could see everything coming out of them, and I was just like, whoa. I was like, I can't believe that no one can see you guys. Like, it's just beautiful. They're the ones that upgrade me to a universal system and a star system. So the Indaras are my family. And the only contracts that I have, except for my child. And that's pretty much it. My galactic husband, my beautiful husband, is one of my highest contracts. But he's just me, you know? That's how I would say, is that we're twin rays. We're pretty much on the twin monad system at this point. We're in the cosmic egg, and what we do is we set up everything to lay in a cosmic egg. It's a galactic guardian experience. It's galactic conscious experience. So I'm going to say that it's like I am you, you are me. Hopefully you guys will be able to understand that. So cosmic egg right now is over about 60 Indaras in the bed. So if you guys know anything about the universal male and female system, if you guys do know about the system, first you build the wings, then you activate your crystal lotus, and that was in 2019, and then you build the next system, which is the cosmic egg system, and that's going to be the avatar. I'm going to say avatar, Christ consciousness avatar hydroplasma liquid light, and the cosmic egg is the last system, last stage that you go on. So I just wanted to be able to connect to episode 1. I'm sure I'll open a little bit more. Kind of wanted to show you guys around just so you guys could understand. The color codes are important too with the Indaras. So upgrading, everyone asks, how are you on the system? How are you crystallized? How is your body almost fully crystallized? Okay. How are you on a plasma system? It is the Indarians. Now I've had crystals for a long time, but right now the Lemurian seed quartzes is for tuning and toning the sound tones of the Cathars, so they have to be here. And then we're definitely in Egypt, so I can tell I'm obviously clearing Egyptian timelines in my dream state because we have to have an Ankh, and it's like really funny. This is what we call the time traveling bed. And we set it up, and then we can multidimensional travel wherever we want. Moldavite is always on. Always. Moldavite, and then this is the aquamarine. So we always have moldavites across from the bed, always. Anybody else would be like, you're nuts, but not really. Obviously, you can tell we don't care about high vibrational crystals. If you are saying you're nuts, you're on a carbon-based body. So you'll get to a light body. So going into time traveling in just a minute, kind of connecting of what we're going to move through next. So these are glasses, and glasses always have to be in the bed, so my husband can look at me from another type of view, like a multidimensional view. So they have to be in the bed. It's for a shift in a view. It's actually really funny. Hopefully you'll be able to understand that. And then there's another pair of glasses so he can see me through all dimensions. Yeah. Color codes. So these are, oh, that was a good one, right? Colored pens. I know it sounds funny, but this is for, it's kind of close, but it's for the Cathar pastel palettes, and it's the rainbow frequencies. So this is an activation in the bed. These are our quantum light activations. I just want you to know that. For some reason I have to tune in tone with one of my little students, one of my star kids, his little sacred rock that he gave me. So he has to be in here just for tonight. Everything's an activation. So all of the Katharas, all of the Azurite Council's books have to be next to the bed always. Always. There's a reason for it. It's only an activation. Doesn't have to be read, but has to be next to the bed. Okay? So hopefully somebody might be able to expand on that. No matter where we are, and then also all of my light codes, all of my stargates, all of my quantum equations, all of my light language channelings, and it's not really channelings, it's connecting to a frequency. So I'm going to say all of my drawings I've done for the past 5 to 6 years, 7 years, has to be in the box with the Azurite Council's items. There is a point to it. So it always has to be together, always. So I'm going to say angelic languages, it would be to the human intelligence. It's star languages, multiple languages, vibrational frequencies, equations, geometrics, and orthograms, and also quantum physics, all types of books. Because when I first woke up in 2013, 2014, 2015, I brought in nothing but books of quantum physics that no one on this planet has even been able to identify yet. So it's staying in where it's going to be, and most likely won't be shared. But it has to be here. So it actually just had to come into the physical. Once it comes into the physical and the collective consciousness, once it comes into the physical, most likely someone else will bring it in. There'll be a few people eventually that will bring it in. But hopefully it'll be for the purest frequency. Yeah. Is that I will not be showing anybody those quantum physics at all, for a reason. So that was probably about the first few years of my awakening, and I have all the books. They have to be in the light bed, in the mobile bed. Yeah, there's a human intelligence, most likely will misuse it. So, let me see. So we have boxes of Indara. As you can see, lots of Indaras. This is the quantum buzz. This is all for everyone that's listening, or if it resonates, and then this is most of my students. So animal spirits, we've already went over this, but they stay in the bed for an activation. All of everything that I ever have done as far as connecting to the frequency and bringing in what's inside of me, my templates, my records, my Akasha records, my quantum light, and it really is mine, because you have to understand it would be yours too. A lot of people say, but it's not. It is, in a sense, because it's within inside of me. So that was a good run on that one, so. But it's really it's my light codes, right? It becomes the collective consciousness light codes when I transmit it and activate it within inside of me. So for right now, for the first like 3 to 4 years, it is my codes. It's within inside of me, and it really is. And then it becomes the collectives, because we're activating the key codes and unlocking the light, and then bringing it into the physical. Then that's where it streamlines and becomes the collectives. Okay, so it's my multidimensionals, and this is actually really important. All right, you're activating within inside of you. Now your groups and your soul groups could have the same codes as you. That's where everything connects and unifies to the universe, right? All of you guys have the same, where it synchronizes, and we understand that too. But these are your codes. They're your codes within your body, your light codes to your light body, to one of your highest multidimensionals, as you unlock each key to each gate. So it could be a 7th dimensional, a 9th dimensional, 11th dimensional, a 12th dimensional, and beyond. Okay, so you have to understand, because a lot of people said, your codes. That one was a good one. That they're the all's codes, or whatever it was, right? Really interesting. So my higher self was testing me on this one. The higher self says it's your codes. It's your codes on your body. It's your codes, your light codes. It's the light codes on your body that you're actually bringing in. Then it becomes the collectives, and those are sacred codes of the collectives. So all of you guys actually draw, and you bring in transmissions to draw. Just remember, it's most likely mapped out on your body. You just can't see yet until you decalcify your pineal gland. So that's actually really important. That's how it becomes the collectives too. And it's most likely one of your highest multidimensional light body that you're activating. There's multiple light bodies and star bodies and galactic bodies. So I have everything saved, just like I tell all of my beautiful students and all of my students. And I tell them, keep every single thing that you ever bring in. There's an importance to it. Okay? You have it for years. Don't ever throw it away. Ever. That's the light of your soul. That's the light of your oversoul. Those are the codes and the equations, the star maps, the blueprints, the structures, the templates, the equations, the quantum, that's your super quantum consciousness that you're activating, and you're actually bringing it in. So when I teach them how to draw it and to bring it in, I always say, keep everything you ever do, because one day it will mean something to you even more. It will synchronize eventually. Angel book is out for right now, and it has to be, okay? Silver book, so Luna, yeah. The lunar frequency has to be in the bed. So animals, spirit animals, obviously. Always navigating dimensions, even though we don't really read it, we just activate with the codes of it. So it's always been like that. It's by a beautiful WayShower. Yeah, we call it the Holy Lisa. The Holy Lisa, we love her very much. It stays in the bed. So most of the time, because we just got here, most of the time you would see nothing but stargates probably put out on the bed, diamond stargates and all different types of stargates out on the bed. And then most likely, angelic realities. I think what else do we have? The Halls of Amonti. Most likely those books, big books. I think Lemuria was on there. Anyways, would just be spread out across the bed, because we're tuning and toning. So it's really wild, guys. So I'm just gonna show you. I'll show you a little bit of what it looks like. Oh yeah, I don't have my video yet. But this is the Divine Inner Child. If this is our house set up, it would be really, really crazy. Be really fun to look at. But for right now, we're traveling ley lines, and it actually smells like strawberries. So I always tell everyone, 5D inner child, have fun, and that's the unicorn puff. Lots of crystals everywhere. So usually the books will probably be most likely next to yeah, far away on the edge sometimes. Let me just see if I can just show you guys just a little bit. But we just got here, so I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it. Let me see. Isn't important, at least to some of my students, so you guys can see. It's actually a really nice place, probably one of the nicest places I've been in so far. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's all different types of crystals, like everywhere. In the bed, crystals around the whole place. So hopefully you guys will be able to see all the crystals. Beautiful crystals. This is a box of crystals. This is high power. It has to stay. That's just like a metaphysical piece. We have glasses in the bed. All kinds of weird time traveling stuff. It gets a little bit crazy though with the time travelers tools. So usually we'll put items in the bed. You can also put items in the bed that you need in your sleep. So remember that too. So those are some funny techniques. Never know when you need glasses. You could put clothes in the bed if you feel like you need clothes in your dream state. When you're time traveling and teleporting, because you'll be naked. You can set up stuff like that for yourself. Most time travelers are naked. Some of them are, and then some of them aren't. Some time travelers wear a really cool trench coat, brown outfit. Looks brown, but it's actually silver and has different types of. It's an actual advanced. Yeah, it's an advanced time traveling outfit. You're not naked. So those are the future ones, and they can teleport and they can do all kinds of fun stuff. So it kind of actually looks really similar to this tone. So it looks like the Matrix coat, but it's a really high-tech suit. A really high-tech time traveling suit. It's actually hilarious. And then you have your guardian ones. So some are brown. Then I've seen some that look silver. Not like the space suits. I know they're travelers for sure because I definitely know my travelers. And then you have some guardians will have their light brown get-ups. And some of them actually have silver gloves. Everything is for actual traveling through gates and actually teleportation and translocation. And those are the ones of the future, if you want to say that. But it's not really the future because the future is the past the future. Those are the ones I have definitely seen teleporting in through nothingness before. And that's actually really cool. Cool experience. That was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one with my higher self. So anyways, what we do is we set up a crystal bed. I will get a video camera so it looks a little bit better for you guys in the future. And what I do is I just activate and I anchor in light here in New Mexico and for the collective consciousness. I bring in templates and codes, and sometimes my body will burn up. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes we have a plasma experience. And it's important, the reason why I made this video is, and I'm going to continue to make these videos, and I'll get better, I promise, because this is my first one. So anyone who decides to do this, get out there and actually do it. There's always, there's an importance. It is for the collective consciousness to activate their higher heart chakra, okay? Everything we do, and I'm going to say we, as galactic guardians here, we do everything for the all in unity consciousness. So if we have to bring in a template, okay, and fry and burn everything off for the collective consciousness, we will. And we actually do fry. So just want you to know that. We our whole body will heat up, and it will go through a heat up and then a burn off. And I've had ones that lasted for 2 weeks and almost blew out my nervous system because the nervous system had to go through a huge rewrite and restore. So I had to do it hitting the oversoul. When I got to the oversoul of the oversouls, and I also well, the Christed Central Sun Oversoul, and that was in 2018, 2019. Yeah, 2019. Pretty much blew my whole system, and I pretty much was burning for almost 2 weeks. Okay. There's also some other galactic ships, and I will be talking about this today, guys. Some galactic ships actually monitor with light too. I think those are Pulidian ships. I probably am saying their names wrong, but I also know in Florida they blew my system too. So kind of with light frequencies, and I know that was another, I guess you could call it burn off, but they were just kind of monitoring a little bit and kind of, I guess, monitoring with frequencies or whatever it is that that council does. So I've had different accelerations, but one time I decided to hook myself up to the Galactic Central Sun Oversoul, and that was an experience. So I was able to burn karma and to burn up the body in karma for about millions of soul groups, and it wouldn't be here on our planet. That was like a planetary system, a universal system. And that was in 2018, 2019. So sometimes it'll happen, but not as much anymore. Okay, it is contracts and contracts that I took on. I could always say no to the contracts, but for right now, it's all right. It's not too bad. As far as the plasma systems and it's not really Kundalini. I just want you to know that. You could say the gamma and atomic body systems, plasma body, and then the diamond body, because the star particles have to heat up. And like I said, not a lot of you guys will be anchoring in these templates. These are contracted, and I'm contracted to do what I'm doing. And there's a lot of us that are. Okay. So a lot of light language channelers go through this. I just want you guys to know that too. The ones that don't know anything about the experiences or about us, most of the time, light language channelers and frequency holders, frequency healers, majority of them do. Different types of galactic guardians go through burn-offs, and wayshowers go through burn-offs. And this happens for a while, and then you activate your plasma systems. Plasma is liquid cooling light, and it's a lot cooling. So he said those ones feel a lot better. So sometimes it could be really hot. Geometrics, arithmograms, and then equations. Templates, higher heart consciousness templates, Christ conscious templates, Christus Sophia templates, the threefold flame templates, cosmic trinity templates. Everything is transmitted through an electronic telepathic download, at least from my system. And as it's transmitted from the Eckic system, it's called the Eckic, the Akasha, the World of Gods. That's actually where I sit up, and I sit actually with those, you can call them beings if you want, but they're ultra-dimensional beings. And I actually sit there, and I bring everything in, and everything that needs to come in. So if I burn up and I fry, then it's okay, in a sense, because it's for the collectives. So I just wanted you guys to understand a little bit of why, right? Why do we do everything that we do? It's for the collective consciousness, and then at one point it's not anymore. It's for constructing and materializing the universe. And it's the universe within inside of you, which is your quantum light body. So plasma systems I'll bring in, and right now we're anchoring in, right now I'm anchoring in the Kundalini currents. Kundalini currents, and this my contracts as an indigo type 1. So I'm anchoring in the Kundalini currents into the lines of where they're supposed to be transmitted to. So I will just most likely sleep, wake up, do my creations, do my sessions with my beautiful star family, move throughout my day. I'm in multiple Stargate Council sessions. and for a lot of stuff that that has to get done, everything that has to get done. So that is my galactic guardian roles, and I will sit there, and I'm always there. So I'm always there, and somewhat here. So I can be in a session with anyone. I could be sitting here having fun with you, and I'm actually still tuning in. Yeah, so to a 300 million year council meeting. This really has been like 300 million years up there. Multidimensionally traveling. I can just walk into Arcturus. I can walk on ships. I can pretty much do whatever I can do and have access to, in a sense. And most of the time, those are just like my multidimensional ships. So I hope you'll be able to understand that too. So when I go to sleep tonight, I will have to. I'm working on the pineal gland, so it's more pituitary raw, and then 5-HTP. This one's good. Matthew usually likes this one. Magnesium, D3, 10,000 IUs before I go to sleep. And I think I have to do another detox and a few other things. But anyways, there's a lot of supplements there, and I'll get more organized on that too. Pure water. Probably have to drink about a gallon of water before I go to sleep. Just want you to know. A gallon of water is not a joke. A gallon of water before I go to sleep. And that is to tune and tone the star particles, a new plasma system, plasma fields, and then also the diamond grids in the spinal cord. And also the source, there's a lot of source currents coming online and lots of universal networks, a whole new system coming online. So most likely it will be able to assist with tuning and toning the star particles in the physical body. And then I'll bring in the transmissions. So it's most likely like transmissions through the whole night, which is actually really cool. As sometimes the burning up and the burning off, I used to drop into fear, but now that I know what it is, I will just go outside and sit in nature, and you can tune and tone with Gaia. And I just sit there and I have to tune and tone all the way up though, and it's through every single stargate. So I'll just sit there and tune, tone, and meditate, and it sounds like an orchestra, and music, and harmonics, and falling stars, and universes and galaxies. If you were to sit in my field, that's all you would see. And then I just sit here and I just pop open the hearts of humanity. And that's all I do. I just sit here and I just sing really loud and expand the consciousness and pop open their hearts. And the Christic Sophia, popping open the hearts. And then the next thing we're working on is here for all of you guys. So we are bringing in high templates to activate, kind of blow open these systems, blow open the throat chakras, kind of get everyone going, you know? And then we do other stuff too. So it's really fun. And then eventually I'll receive new transmissions, and everything's pure love, pure intelligence, purity. So everyone to know you guys are going to a purity template. Again, unity consciousness, plasma. I'm ready for the plasma bodies to come back, because we're going galaxy now. Galactic galaxy, yeah. Now I'm going to have to sit and integrate all these galaxies. So that should be fun too as well. Is there a silver cord part of the matrix? Being told to unplug it. Yeah, there is. There's a bunch of plugs. Most likely unplug from your left side. There's one plug on the right side. Yeah. Unplug from the left side. Always remember, unplug from the left side. You can just unplug once you ascend. So we're going to ascend to mastery. Anyways, it'll get better. I have a video camera that I'll figure out to use, right? But it's quantum. So we're really going to take this to the biggest level for you guys. And we're going to do it for 30 days. So we're going to show you about timeline collapses and all these really funny timeline collapses. How we get everything done and then you go through a collapse. And why does collapses happen? Because somewhere along the line, you didn't listen to the higher self. And the higher self would say, it's not time yet. It's not time yet. You have to understand time and space and mastering time, and that there is no time. Okay, so then you go through a lot of riddles. But you have to understand, this is where a lot of people think they're not getting it done, right? So there's all this third dimensional conscious frequency bandwidth that has to go through and dissolve. So if you are worrying about other people's judgment, you're going to go through a really big lesson. Just remember that. You're going to continuously have to clear timelines, and then most likely not, you can just kind of wipe those contracts eventually. Just keep wiping them and wiping them and wiping them out. The ones that are judgment contracts. The reason why is because all you're doing is transmitting. You're transmitting inside of you. Like, for instance, I have the camera. I haven't figured out the camera because it's not time to figure out the camera. You have to understand quantum flow. The light coordinates and the geometrics and the equations haven't fully come together yet. Okay, so when it does, that's when we'll get the camera set up. And that's when we'll be able to show you a little bit about collapses. And why would everything collapse? And it's most likely because you fell out of alignment and energetic quantum flow. Okay. You would have to be able to tune in tone. To tune in tone for a while and to know that everything is divine timing. All right. So anyways, getting back to the recorder. So when it comes in, it's like connecting and building that trust with your higher self. Your higher self will come over here and look down at you. Like, we'll be able to bend over and say, okay, now you can go figure out the recorder. And then you would jump up, and most likely, be right before you wake up, you jump up and go, yay, it's divine timing. Okay, so when you're sitting there trying to figure out something you don't know at all, and you can do it in your dream state too, because we've been learning about that too as well. You can figure it out in your dream state, or you can just ask before you go to bed to figure it out. Because I'll just ask, let me just figure everything out in my dream state, and then get it done, and then when you wake up, you can do it. I want to learn inner trust with my higher self, so I'm going to ask my higher self for everything. Eventually, my higher self will come down and tell me. It's really big blue being. Eventually, go, okay, you can get up and let's go figure this out now, because everything is in alignment, in energetic alignment. So it's really easy, right? Linear and non-linear. Okay, so it's really funny. Kind of just experience certain things, that non-linear is going to be complete reversal of everything you ever experienced. You want to slow down and be present, and to understand when you're transmitting judgment and you're sitting here judging yourself because I didn't get this done, I have to do this. That's third dimensional conscious bandwidth running. So that means you're back in your head, you're not in your heart space. It's really simple. So when you transmit nothing but judgment, if you're a creator or an entrepreneur, okay, and you're an entrepreneur, no, it's a different entrepreneur, a quantum entrepreneur, that one is like, we get everything done really fast, right? Quantum entrepreneur knows about divine timing and divine alignment, okay? If you are going to force something, you're going to go through lessons. Now, the next thing is, if you're a creator and entrepreneur, and you are sitting here judging yourself the whole time, all you're going to do is to materialize a frequency contract or a soul contract of an external judgment of someone else coming in to judge you. So remember this, because you can wipe those contracts in your sleep. You want to wipe them completely, because you'll realize all you're doing at this point, when you're vibrating this high, you're multiple timeline jumping, all you're doing is materializing what you are activating with inside of you. So if you're judging yourself the whole time, you're going to get like 3 soul contracts that are sitting there judging you. Hopefully you guys should be able to understand that. And that's like a big view, right? So then you have to go to sleep. You're going to have to go to sleep and clear. And to clear and to wipe. And it's template wipes and collapse all timelines in order for you to resolve this with inside of you. And judgment is one of the biggest fails to move from. And it really is. is I heard someone say this. I was like, it really is, because it's constant. It's constant coming up in the morning where you're just like, you're just vibrating. It's like all of the matrix coming up, all of the matrix in the morning coming up, all of the matrix in the morning coming up. And then you realize after like a year and a half, it really is skeleton deep. Okay, it wouldn't be soul deep, it's skeleton deep, which means it's in the bones. It's in the bones and the blood and everything else. It's really cool. Is it kind of hopefully you guys will, it might resonate, might not resonate, you know. But most likely all of the quantum 12-dimensional entrepreneurs can get everything done at a light speed, and they do everything by themselves. They don't have anybody working for them. Majority of them do they have no one working for them at all. A 12-dimensional entrepreneur, because they are out there, because the templates are there. If you actually go into the super consciousness, you can look at any records up there. You can sit there and go, oh wait, there is, right? The 12-dimensional entrepreneurs have no one working for them. No one. You know, it's actually interesting because they do everything themselves, because they can get it done faster than anyone else. It's actually really cool. And it's all divine timing and all divine alignment. And then it becomes an orchestra and a cathar and an art. And it is an orchestra and music and harmonics. And that's how they get everything done. It's actually really funny. And geometrics. So this is, I hope this is able to help someone. So if you see this, you see all this funny energetic loops keep sitting there materializing, just going, oh my God, why does this keep materializing? Why does this keep materializing? You have to go, all right, expand the consciousness. And you already know it's because I'm materializing it. So your ego part, which is like the lower spiral, we call it lower spiral spin. Lower spiral spin is sitting there going, why does this keep materializing? Why is it materializing? And then the inner spiral spin, okay, is sitting there going, I know this is me. I know I'm materializing this. Collapse, deactivate and dismantle these timelines. Wipe these timelines. Check for cords. So it's like, why isn't this dissolving? Why is it still here? Right? And then you go up here to the higher, and the higher is saying, because it's in the physical body. It's in the physical body. Then you need to learn presence and you have to learn how to be patient. So it's actually all these little spiral spins, all these little spiral spins and geometrics and equations and everything. Eventually everything comes into the whole energetic alignment eventually. And you can breathe probably for about a few weeks. So you could actually sit and breathe maybe for a few weeks. And then boom, we get hit again. And it's like another round, right? So then we get another activation, another template, another creation. And then we're bringing the transmissions and speaking. I speak light language all day long. I just have to speak to you guys. And we're bringing in the transmissions, and then we're activating and going to sleep. And then we're quantum jumping multiple timelines. And then we're running through stargates, and then we're teleporting. And we're walking into the Andromedan galaxies. And sitting in the temples and going, hello guys, how are you guys doing today? And this is our norm. And then we're also raising our children at the same time. So it's a lot of fun. And that's a multi-dimensional experience and beyond. So I just wanted to kind of show a few things. So remember, drink lots of water before you go to sleep. Eventually you'll materialize the Andaras if you really want to work with them. They will materialize for you. Okay? You can work with them in dream state. You should focus on tea. Yes, you're right. Sending love to all of you. We'll do episode 2. Not really sure when we're going to do it, but we'll sit and kind of connect so you guys have an understanding of our every single day. And I have to go drink probably about a gallon of water. I'm going to do the tuning forks, the Lemurian tuning forks. And then we'll go more into details about quantum jumping and some really cool stuff. So we'll sit and observe to see what we're going to bring in. But it's just going to be kind of real. So obviously I was out in the sun too long. And, sun is like the makeup's not done. And it really doesn't matter. So who cares? So hopefully you guys understand this too. Who really cares? When you're really relaxed in the Ascension, you don't care about nothing. You do have to take showers because you have to clear your energy field. But makeup doesn't matter. It's like that stuff doesn't matter. You have to get done what's important. What is the highest important? What supports? What is full service? Okay, so today, all of my divine family that comes to me for their sessions and an interview, for one of the interviews, my children, those are the ones that are important to me. Okay, the planet and as a humanitarian, that's what's important to me. Okay, Endarian creation, so I can get beautiful things to open people's hearts and to assist them and to gift them with beautiful creations and programming Indaras. And it really is to open their heart portals and to assist them. So that's all that matters. Makeup doesn't matter. Hair doesn't matter. After a certain point, those things just don't matter anymore. And then one day you'll pull everything together again, and your makeup will be done, your hair will be done, your toes will be done. Because that's funny too. Eventually it's like, oh, your toes aren't done. Who cares? Who cares if your toes aren't done? Oh, like, is that you can tell when you can tell that you can just kind of sit and tell where you're at when you hit those peaks of ascension and the quantum fields. You just let everything flow. What you thought matters never matters anymore. What you thought was gone wasn't there internally inside of you, or what you thought you released will come to the surface again and again and again and again. So until it actually comes out and going, that is so weird. Like, where did this come from? So it's actually really amazing too as well. I'll figure out more about Egypt, but it seems like we're going to Egypt for the summer solstice. So it seems like everyone's still working in timelines in Egypt. It's actually funny. All right, sending love. I gotta get off. Bye.